Thank you. Next at 5, a toddler found wandering the streets of South Florida. What will happen to him now? We'll be live.
The Miami Heat primed to even the score with the Dallas Mavericks here at the AAA. We're here live heading up CBS 4 team coverage of the Heat's run for the title.
A run-in with a reptile in a residential neighborhood. CBS 4 is there for the takedown of this gator invader.
Imagine being told when you can and can't water your lawn or wash your car. It could happen to thousands of South Floridians.
A Major League bat boy might have a future as an NFL linebacker. Cameras are rolling for this frenzy on the field.
And this, a little dog creating a big problem when he somehow ends up on the runway at a major airport.
Plus, breaking news, a major announcement just in from Microsoft's Bill Gates and his future with that company. Hello again, everybody, from the AAA. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
I'm Rob Hanrahan. CBS 4 News First at 5 starts right now.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News First at 5.
Straight off the top at 5, a toddler in trouble. Why was he found wandering alone on a South Florida street? The little boy was found by someone in his Pompano Beach neighborhood.
Right now, police are talking to the boy's parents. It happened in the Golden Acres neighborhood. That's in Pompano Beach, the 1000 block of 18th Drive. CBS 4's Evan Bacon is out there live tonight to bring us the latest. Evan?
Well, Maggie, we learned his name is Marley. He is safe and sound with his parents right now. They all left this community center about 45 minutes ago. Police say he spends most every day with relatives while both of his parents are at work. Today, however, the little child apparently waddled away and caught his uncle while he was napping. A 2-year-old boy is whisked away in a car after being reunited with his parents. Happily, he is safe and sound after vanishing for several hours. Police say the boy's father dropped the child off at his uncle's house at 10:30 in the morning before heading to work.
At some point after the drop-off, the uncle who had turned on the television set for the little boy to watch had fallen asleep. The little boy wandered to the front door, was able to reach up and touch the doorknob and turn the doorknob to open the door, and then of course left the house.
Authorities say the boy wandered the streets of Golden Acres alone for 2 hours until a Good Samaritan noticed the toddler trying to avoid a dog in the street.
Deputies spent an hour canvassing door to door just to find out if anybody knew who this child was. At this point, the uncle woke up, saw what was happening, realized that it was the little boy that he was supposed to be watching, and came here to the community center to identify the child.
And family members began arriving here at the Golden Acres complex about 1:30. They were interviewed here for 3 hours. Child Protective Services determined that the child could be returned to the family. Right now, they are visiting the home where the family lives with the child. They're doing a home safety check. They're making sure that there are safety locks in the future at the uncle's house or at their house, and possible door stoppage devices. They want to be sure this doesn't happen again. We're live in Pompano Beach. Evan Bacon, CBS 4 News.
The Miami Heat's run for the title brings them back here to their home court at the AAA tonight, where Tuesday night this place erupted when in the fourth quarter, Dwayne Wade lived up to his nickname Flash and revived this game and this series. We're hoping for a repeat tonight.
Or maybe one that's a little less
stressful.
Yeah, stressful on all of us, because I tell you what, a game at one point, the Mavs had such a lead that some of the Heat fans were actually booing the team, which we were really disappointed to see. But that's the frustration level of the fans. But I think tonight everyone's going to be behind him 100%. Let's get right down onto the court. CBS 4 Sports Director Jim Barry is standing by live for us. Jim?
Well, guys, simply put, it's the series tonight. The Heat realized that 2-2, it's a battle. 3-1, forget it. The Heat feel they have hiccup through the first 3 games of this series, so they say tonight it is time they play their best basketball.
Okay, let's start with the big question. After taking a blow from a 330-pound Diesel, how is Dwayne Wade's left leg?
He's fine. He's fine. Probably took a bubble bath. No, he would never do that.
Once the Julian picked up tonight, and like I said, with more therapy, I'll be all right. You know, maybe early in the game, be a little tentative, but, you know, as the game go on, I'll forget about it and hopefully forgets about me.
Wade pulls up, puts it in.
The Mavs don't figure to forget about Wade after he torched them for 42 points in Game 3. If Dallas begs off the Shaq double teams to go after Wade, then it could be O'Neal's time to reassert himself.
If he's one-on-one against anybody, come on. I mean, he's going to either score probably most of the time or get fouled. So, but that's not the way it's been in this series.
The Heat's dramatic Tuesday night rally gives them new life. Still, they face an uphill battle.
We're still down in the series, so we still got ground to make up. I don't think it's time to relax right now.
Meanwhile, Dallas fans can put away those brooms. The Mavs coach says it's time for a reality check.
I hope, especially from all of you who thought this was going to be a cakewalk for any team, it's not that way. It's two very good basketball teams that have a lot of pride, and they're not just going to give up.
That's right. So for all you Heat fans who bailed out early Tuesday, D. Wade has a message.
Stick around. Y'all pay a lot of money for your seats. Don't give them up. It could get interesting.
And it certainly did get interesting Tuesday night in Game 3, thanks largely to Dwayne Wade. The Heat has proved to be a great comeback team this season. Hopefully tonight, no big rally is needed. Live at the American Airlines Arena, I'm Jim Barry, CBS 4 Sports.
Here, here. We want to see this guy sweating tonight. Mavericks owner Mark Cuban, whose sense of humor drew the national spotlight on late-night TV. Coming up at 5:30, you want to hear what he had to say on David Letterman. That's coming up in tonight's Heat Extra at 5:30.
Yeah, can you say confident? I tell you what. Well, the humor continues at 6 o'clock. We think you'll agree when you hear what South Florida's own Dave Barry told us about the NBA Championship Showdown. That's coming up in 1 hour.
And remember, everybody, send us your pictures because we're looking for white-hot Heat fans. Log on to CBS4.com to find out how to do it. We will post your pictures online and also enter you in a contest to win a prize package to Zoe's Summer Groove. If I didn't work here at CBS, I might have a shot today because I'm wearing my blinged out white hot Heat tank top. So everybody who comes here tonight should put this kind of thing on.
Everyone will be in white, just like on Tuesday night. In a few more hours, the fans will start showing up, and they'll open the doors at the AAA. We'll, of course, be here for that.
We'll have complete coverage 5:30, 6, and 11, so keep it right here. For now, though, we send it back to the studio, and Beatrice Canals and George Estevez.
Yeah, Maggie and Rob, I think you'll agree with all of us out here that we need the Heat not only to win, but win the next 3, finish the series. We're running out of white stuff to wear.
That's so true.
You don't have that much.
Yeah.
You and I are on the same wavelength, Beatrice.
Yeah, Rob and I, we got white shirts forever. That's fine.
We don't want to hear
Put a
it.
white shirt on.
All right, Rob and Maggie, thanks so much.
Also tonight, a carjacking suspect is dead, and police say that they were forced to fire. The scene shut down a major stretch of road for hours.
CBS 4's Joe Waldman is live now in Hallandale Beach for us to explain why police said they shot the man in the first place. Joe?
George and Beatrice, life is getting back to normal at this Fort Lauderdale Walgreens, but it was anything but normal early this morning after a carjacking which took a turn for the worse. It was no ordinary visit to this Walgreens early Thursday morning for 2 women stopping to pick up some cat food after a late night out. While one was inside the store, the other was outside, carjacked at gunpoint, forced to call police for help.
She was very scary about the guy getting her head, and immediately called the cops, and the car appeared faster.
After a be on the lookout was issued, police managed to box the suspect in at this light, but it was no easy takedown. Bullets whizzing through the air, yellow markers, a reminder of the shots fired. In the end, the suspect was no match for cops.
I went to the gas station, parked my car, man, and all I could hear was like gunshots, rapidly.
Police say undercover cops tailed the suspect driving the stolen Chevy Impala. He led them on a high-speed chase. They finally caught up to him at a red light on Hallandale Beach Boulevard and Southwest 10th Terrace.
They approached the vehicle on foot as the suspect vehicle was boxed in by several other vehicles, including witnesses and a car in front of the suspect vehicle.
The suspect didn't give up easily, trying to ram cars around him, nearly running over some cops. That's when they unloaded some rounds. Now, Fort Lauderdale police has just positively identified the suspect as 17-year-old Steve Benoit of North Miami Beach. A silver handgun was found in that stolen Chevy Impala. Now, at the same time he was stopped, there was also a white SUV stop. 3 men arrested by police at the same time. 2 of those men, according to our news partners at the Miami Herald, being charged with carjacking and armed robbery. So 2 of those 3 men being charged with carjacking and armed robbery, and at least 24 carjackings stretching from Miami-Dade to Hollywood all the way up to Hallandale Beach. For now, live in Fort Lauderdale, Joel Waldman, CBS News 4.
Well, drivers on State Road 84 in Davie got quite an eyeful while cruising past a garbage truck fire. Firefighters there had to shut down part of that road while they extinguished the flames. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
The Metro Rail is back open right now. Workers spent the night fixing the train. A fire shut it down in northwest Miami-Dade last night. The flames and smoke stopped the trains from running around 5:30. They started up again by 5 o'clock this morning. The series of explosions, right here you're looking at them, left dozens of commuters without any transportation. Workers think a short circuit may have started this fire.
All tied up, gator wranglers came to the scene when a police officer stumbled across that gator while on duty. CBS 4's Shamari Stone shows us the takedown in southwest Miami-Dade's Country Walk neighborhood.
Well, let's just say that pesky critter turned Country Walk into Gator Walk this morning. It was crossing Southwest 143rd Place right here, and it went to this driveway and walked to the side of this house.
Ready?
Imagine coming face to face with this massive mouth, razor-sharp teeth. It's just another day in the life of trapper Todd Hardwick.
That's a dangerous time to try to catch an alligator because they're going to be more aggressive because they know they're at a disadvantage.
Watch as he takes this 8-foot-long reptile into custody. The charge, trespassing on residential property.
So I quickly got him out here into the road.
Although she's cold-blooded, she isn't your typical criminal on the loose. A Miami-Dade police officer spots the big mama with its whipping tail, piercing eyes, crossing the street. He calls for backup, and the crime fighter's Paige Hardwick.
Yeah, y'all woke me up. I was sound asleep. That beeper went off, and I knew what it was going to be.
The gator realizes she has the right to remain silent with the help of some tape.
Where I was able to finish the capture, secure the mouth.
But some people feel insecure knowing a gator was roaming the neighborhood, at one point even hiding under Patty Coco's Hummer. Police ring the doorbell.
It was shocking, especially because of the timing. I mean, it's the middle of the night, the doorbell rings, and there's just cops everywhere. So the last thing you think of is an alligator. But then once he tells you the news, it's like an alligator in my driveway.
Late at night, alligators will come out of a canal or a lake, and they'll take a shortcut to another canal or a lake. And most of the time we sleep right through it and we never know who snuck through the yard.
Now, Hardwick says you don't need to panic, you just need to be careful, especially when you're out in the South Florida night walking your pets. The last thing you want to happen is for a gator to chomp on your chihuahua. Here in Southwest Miami-Dade, I'm Shamari Stone, CBS 4 News.
All right, and just into the news desk, a bombshell, really, an announcement from Microsoft Chairman Bill Gates. CBS 4's Brian Andrews live in the newsroom with details. Brian?
George, the announcement came just after the Wall Street markets closed at 4 o'clock, so we're not sure yet what kind of impact this is going to have on Microsoft stock. But Bill Gates says he is going to transition from his day-to-day duties at Microsoft, the software giant that he helped co-found 25 years ago, to focus more on his charitable work.
The change we're announcing today is not a retirement. It's a reordering of my priorities. The road ahead will let me take on new challenges while keeping my connection to this great company.
The Associated Press is reporting that Microsoft's Chief Technical Officer Ray Ozzie will immediately assume Gates' title as Chief Software Architect. There's some other folks who will be assuming new positions there as they reorganize. And don't break out the farewell cake and champagne just yet, because Bill Gates will not be transitioning out of his role for another 2 years. Live in the newsroom, I'm Brian Andrews on CBS 4.
As Brian said, we don't know exactly how that's going to affect the markets, but today, Wall Street bounced back after weeks of hefty losses. At the closing bell, the Dow had surged nearly 200 points for the day to surpass the closely watched 11,000 mark. Analysts say investors are brushing aside worries about inflation as they come to terms now with the likelihood the Fed will hike interest rates again later this month. Let's take a look at those numbers, shall we? The Dow finished at 11,015. The NASDAQ right there on your screen up 58.15, just stand at 2144, and the S&P up more than 26 points to finish at 1256.
Well, if you live in certain parts of South Florida, you may soon be told when you can and cannot water your lawn or even wash your car. Coming up, what's behind these water worries?
And great news here, separation successful. We have new pictures of the formerly conjoined twins and the delicate procedure yesterday that will allow them to have normal lives.
Then a problem on a Major League Baseball field. We're going to show you how the Bat Boys saved the day.
And Cher's singing a different tune right now, and she's doing it on Capitol Hill.
Meteorologist Craig Setzer and CBS 4 Weather Control. Look at this, real-time Doppler 4 showing some thunderstorms. In fact, a severe thunderstorm warning just now, as I'm speaking, came out for that thunderstorm over there in the western part of the Everglades in Miami-Dade County. Not the metro areas, southwest Metro-Dade, now under a severe thunderstorm warning until 6:15. We'll talk about that and our forecast coming up in just a bit.
And it started off as joking around between the president and a White House reporter, but it ended with Mr. Bush apologizing. Find out why next.
On the Jerry Lewis heart attack scare.
Kelly Clarkson's summer diet, The Devil Wears Prada.
And the most powerful star. Next, ET. Tonight at 7 on 4. Jump right in to the best deal of the year. Drive on us with 0% financing. Plus, we'll pay for your gas, including E85 until 2007. That's 0% financing on new 2006 cars, trucks, and SUVs. And we pay for your gas until 2007. Drive on us. It's the deal of the year. Get going to your South Florida Ford dealer now.
Come on, baby, let's go! Go!
This is your ticket from Rooms to Go. If your furniture is tagged with this, you get Rooms to Go Express delivery the very next day. America's largest furniture inventory makes it possible. America's largest furniture company gets it done. Rooms to Go Express. No one's faster.
Hurricane season is well underway.
How many storms will we get this year? No one knows for sure.
But there is one thing that you can be sure of. We'll be here to help you through whatever happens.
We're committed to being your best local weather team.
And we're proud to be South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Marshall's Law number 83. Find the perfect Father's Day gift for under $16.99 a pop. Don't miss Marshall's $16.99 and under event. Find incredible gifts for up to 50% off department store prices. That's Marshall's Law.
Bill, we're in the core.
I know. What I don't know is why I'm chasing tornadoes when I could be at home watching DirecTV. It's the best.
Cal.
I mean, come on. You get the top box office hits as soon as they're on TV.
Another cow.
Actually, I think that was the same one.
Call today to get our most popular programming package for free. There's good TV, there's better TV, and then there's DirecTV.
The all-new Jeep Commander. Introducing the first Jeep 4x4 with 7-passenger seating. It's not just for the city, it's of the city.
Now get 0% financing for 60 months or $2,500 cash allowance on Jeep Commander.
If you see news in the making, dial star CBS 4 on your T-Mobile cellular phone.
Peter, you gonna ask that question with those shades on? I'm interested in the
What at first appeared to be good-natured fun between the president and a reporter later prompts a presidential apology. You could call it the president's faux pas in the Rose Garden, and there is a South Florida connection to this one.
Yeah, there sure is. You know, Beatrice, the faux pas was that the president actually made fun of one of the reporters, and the South Florida connection is the reporter, well, he used to work here.
So here's how the morning went down. President Bush walked out to the podium at the Rose Garden on a cloudy morning this week. He was about to address dozens of waiting reporters. After all, there was a lot to talk about. He had just returned from a surprise trip to Iraq where he met the new Iraqi prime minister. But before taking questions, the president addressed several important issues.
It's the right thing to get rid of Saddam Hussein. Al-Qaeda's real. I also understand the stakes of this war.
Then, after his speech, the president took questions. One was from Peter Walston of the LA Times. Walston used to work with our news partner, the Miami Herald. So here's how it went for Mr. Bush, who doesn't always seem to get it right.
Peter, you gonna ask that question with those shades on?
The president poked fun at Walston about wearing those sunglasses.
I'm interested in the shade look, seriously.
All right,
I'll keep it then.
President Bush comes back.
For the viewers, there's no sun.
And so does Walston.
I guess it depends on your perspective.
I can't. Touche.
Well, the president later found out Walston is legally blind and wears the sunglasses due to a rare genetic disorder. Walston later said Bush's comments did not offend him at all, adding he never really told the president or the White House staff about his condition.
All right, so we want to point out that President Bush called Walston's cell phone. He apologized. Walston said he really wasn't mad, not at the joke anyway. He was mad more at the fact that President Bush avoided answering his question about the CIA leak.
Well, it is being called a sad benchmark today. The number of American troops that have died since the war in Iraq began has now reached 2,500. White House Press Secretary Tony Snow says that President Bush is, quote, very deeply, and he feels the pain of the families of the victims. He also says the president insists the sacrifices will not be in vain. Nearly 18,500 troops have been wounded since the U.S. invaded Iraq in March of 2003. Singer Cher on Capitol Hill today fighting for better helmets for troops in Iraq. She's teamed up with a group called Operation Helmet, which provides padding to improve them. Now, Cher let her cause be heard on C-SPAN yesterday. She has already donated more than $100,000 and has been visiting wounded soldiers as well.
Good for her. In the weather department, we're watching a warning for us right here.
Yeah,
now.
just a little thunderstorm popped up over the Everglades, not going to affect anybody, and it's probably what we call a pulse severe thunderstorm because it's like boom, it's severe, and then falls apart. So see those a lot down here. Let's show you what's going on. We'll show you that on radar in just a second. 90, man, it was hot today again, and it feels like temperature way up there right now at 98 degrees. Hey, upper 80s to 90s across the board, a 7 on the stickiness scale, southeast wind at 13, no rain here at CBS 4. Here's like a real-time Doppler 4. Quiet now in Broward, quiet in Metro-Dade. It's in the Everglades sections right there along the mainland, Monroe, and Miami-Dade County line. This little thunderstorm here just grew really quickly, became severe according to the radar, may put down some hail out there, a lot of lightning, some gusty winds, and then it's going to die about in the next hour or so. Severe thunderstorm warning just for this Everglades section of Miami-Dade. Here's what's going on the visible satellite loop. The reason those thunderstorms popped up, we had the sea breezes come together. There is the East Coast sea breeze moving in, the West Coast sea breeze moving in, and where they clash, thunderstorms pop up because the air's converging there, and we may see that again tomorrow, though a little bit closer to the metro areas tomorrow, and then over the weekend the breeze will come out of the east in a pretty good clip, and so our showers and thunderstorms that do occur will be moving off into the Everglades. So hot weather today, very weak front to the north. This front's going to have the effect of turning our winds for Saturday and Sunday to the east. So this will be the last hot day for tomorrow with a chance for some afternoon storms. For Saturday and Sunday, pretty good east breeze gets established. It breaks the heat with highs only in the upper 80s. It's still hot, but not as hot. And some passing storms. And for Sunday, likewise, a good breeze, some storms around, not an all-day rain, just stuff that moves in early off the coast, out into the Everglades by later in the day. Here's our forecast for tonight. Warm evening out there. Temperatures are going to stay in the upper 80s for some time, and a spotty shower is possible over the metro areas. The thunderstorms in the Everglades, 79 for the low. Tomorrow, hot sun, once again, a few afternoon storms, a high near 91 if you're boating. East winds 5 to 10, but they will be picking up for the weekend. And here we go, taking a look at that weekend. It's not looking too bad at all. A chance for some passing storms, but not a big deal. Temperatures in the 80s for highs as the breeze is going to pick up off the water. Everybody's going to say, whoo, we need that ocean breeze.
What are they going to say again?
No.
Come on.
Okay. Woo! And there we go.
I like it when you play. Thank you, Craig.
What a trooper. All right, now really a great story to share with everybody out there. Formerly conjoined twins are separated and have started their own lives after hours of surgery. The 24-hour surgery was tough because the number of organs the 10-month-old girls shared. Today, the girls are doing well.
We remain guardedly optimistic, but so far we have every reason to be elated with the way they have, with their progress today.
Yeah, no kidding. The parents say they're happy their children will be able to live normal lives, and 1 in like 200,000 kids are actually born conjoined. It's
yeah,
amazing.
but we're so happy for these girls. Well, a good Samaritan comes to the aid of a woman on a Miami-Dade transit bus, only he gets stabbed for his good intentions. Now he's talking about what happened to her and what happened to him.
All right, listen to this. Then a runway runaway. We'll explain this unusual sight at a major U.S. airport.
But first, the 4th of July comes early at this fireworks factory, but no one's celebrating. We'll have the details next.
The deals are hot, hot. The Hot Summer Sales event is this week. All Hondas are on sale, including Hot Accords for just $239 a month. Save thousands on thousands of Hondas this week.
Closed captioning sponsored by City Furniture, now offering same-day delivery 7 days a week.
New at 6, Plus, water woes, why there could be new restrictions on the way you use H2O and what it means for you. Plus, the unlikely alliance in a push to punish Johnny Winton. It's new at 6.
Take the lead, 2006 Ford F-150. No other truck can claim this much power, unmatched might, balanced with total comfort. This is the strongest truck on the planet. Now drive on us with 0% financing for 60 months on F-150. Plus, we'll pay for your gas until 2007. Only at your South Florida Ford dealer.
Marshall's Law of Father's Day Savings. Number 83. Find the perfect Father's Day gift for under $16.99 a pop. Don't miss Marshall's $16.99 and under Father's Day event. Save up to 50% on the same shirts, shorts, and luxurious leather you'd find in leading department stores. Law number 57. Save on brand name activewear for the man with a proven track record. Race to Marshall's $16.99 and under Father's Day event going on now. That's Marshall's Law.
Bass Pro Shops, where all of your dad's camping, boating, hiking, hunting, and fishing dreams come true. Don't miss our big Father's Day sale going on now.
The tests are completed. The results are in. The all-new Kia Sedona is the first and only minivan to earn both the Insurance Institute's top safety pick and the government's 5-star crash safety rating in all 4 categories. The all-new Kia Sedona, the highest safety-rated minivan ever built. Get up to $2,000 cash back, including $500 owner loyalty bonus.
Broyhill, a gold standard in home furnishings, has authorized an exclusive sale only at Bears. The Broyhill half-off sale is on. Nothing less than half off every fabulous piece of wood product. Styles to match your every mood. And they're all half off. Pay no interest 1 year. 24-hour delivery. No other furniture store can have a sale like this. There's Broyhill half-off sale. Always beyond the ordinary.
The deals are hot, 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 hot. The hot summer sales event is this week. All Hondas are on sale, including Odyssey vans for just $269 a month. Save thousands on thousands of Hondas this week.
All right, so the 4th of July came a little bit early this year, at least it did in Chicago. A fireworks stand caught fire right here and sent the merchandise shooting out of the building from all sides. Firefighters spent nearly an hour putting these flames out. Nobody was hurt, that's the good news, but the building and the fireworks were a total loss.
A bat boy turned security guard at the Red Sox Twins game in Minneapolis when he tackled a fan there. That spectator ran onto the field and slid right into home plate. That's when the bat boy jumped into action, tackling down the fan, holding him until security came. The bat boy, as you can see, was pretty proud of himself. Players and fans all got a kick out of it as well, and they cheered him on.
He looks pretty happy.
He enjoyed it.
I sure did. A book is banned from South Florida elementary schools coming up at 5:30. Why the book created so much passion and how we found other books that may as well.
A man steps forward to help a woman being harassed and ends up stabbed in the process. You're going to hear his story coming up.
Rob Hanrahan along with Maggie Rodriguez at the American Airlines Arena. You excited?
I'm psyched.
A lot of people are psyched, especially the Heat fans. We're going to make it a 2-2 series tonight. We'll have the latest on the Heat's run for the title coming up.
Plus, watch what happened when Mark Cuban visited with David Letterman. It was colorful. We'll have it for you live from the AAA in just a couple of minutes.
Jerry Lewis heart attack. More of the arresting insider video.
Everybody's got to move out.
The clues to his impending health crisis from his last public appearance. Plus, Jessica Simpson, next Insider.
Tonight at 7:30 on 4. This summer,
they're back.
CBS is bringing back Big Brother's all-time favorite house guests.
Every weasel for himself.
The sexiest. The funniest.
I'm tickled pink.
The most outrageous.
I live in a house with idiots.
And for the first time ever, you will choose who will be part of a new Big Brother.
Thank you, America!
This is the twist you've been waiting for.
Don't miss Big Brother All-Stars, America's Vote.
Bam!
CBS Wednesday.
Take the Hyundai Challenge during the Hyundai Challenge Summer Clearance. Test drive the sedan that beats Honda Accord. The new Hyundai Sonata with more standard safety features and interior space than Accord. Great fuel mileage and America's best warranty for $4,500 less than Accord. Now save even more, up to $3,000 cash back on Sonata. There's never been a better time to save thousands during the Hyundai Challenge Summer Clearance. Get a new Sonata for just $16,495 at your local Hyundai dealer. Offer ends July 4th.
Harry, Jungle Island! Expect to see the unexpected. Expect to really be amazed. At Jungle Island, you'll want to stay for days.
Hey, now part of our fun is the Hippo, a giant 168-foot water slide right on our beach. So come take the plunge.
Using only quality ingredients, all Publix premium ice creams are made with your family in mind. Of course, there is one made especially for you. With soft pieces of cookie dough, rich chocolate chips surrounded in a smooth, creamy cookie dough ice cream. We call it Publix Premium Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough Ice Cream. You might simply call it heaven. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Employee pricing, high rebates, 0% financing. Go to Day Jeep Chrysler. Get into a new PT Cruiser. Just $78 per month. You'll save thousands. Go to Day Jeep Chrysler, Southwest 158th Street and US 1.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 5:30.
Banned, a book that some say paints too positive a picture of communist Cuba. But CBS 4 found several other books with questionable content.
That'll be the next target in the sight of the politicians.
Tonight, inside the book ban battle.
You know, just one day ago, Miami-Dade County banned the book titled Vamos a Cuba, which means let's go to Cuba.
Yeah, it's no longer allowed in public school libraries. Well, today, CBS 4's Gary Nelson went to see what else might be on the shelves in elementary schools. Take a look.
Folks were upset with the book that's been banned in Miami-Dade school libraries, in part because it depicted families in Cuba as normal, people as happy.
This book should never have been allowed to be inserted in our public school libraries.
On the strength of an offended Cuban-American majority, the school board officially banned this book about Cuba, Vamos a Cuba, because it doesn't talk about the communist regime there and depicts smiling children in their Communist Party uniforms looking happy. The American Civil Liberties Union will challenge the book ban in court.
It is not consistent with the law of the land and the Constitution of the United States as interpreted by the Supreme Court to remove a book because you have objections to the content.
And if the content of this book is objectionable to some Cuban exiles, look what else we found today at an elementary school library in West Miami-Dade. An array of books on Cuba containing pictures and language that might make some blood boil.
This book on Cuba says many Cubans spend their vacations on the island's beautiful beaches where they can snorkel, water ski, surf, and scuba dive.
And look at the photo. You'd think those Cubans live the high life.
This book about Cuba declares that an important part of Cuba's identity as a socialist state is that everyone has equal rights and opportunities.
And just look at all those happy, equal Cubans in the picture there. Given the furor created by Vamos a Cuba, can these books be allowed to remain?
Well, I'm sure when it comes to the attention of the politicians on the Miami-Dade School Board, you know, that'll be the next target in the sight of the politicians.
And to leave no page unturned at the public school library, look at this book we found on Cuba today. Inside, on the first page, a picture of a happy father and his happy kids. And this book on Cuba, inside, kids in their government-issued uniforms looking, happy.
We don't know what response these other books on Cuba might